Lord, I pray for everyone listening. Help us walk with grace, even when things feel unfair. Remind us that our worth isn't defined by who chooses us, but by you. Give us wisdom to move with peace, confidence, and kindness in every space we enter. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey everyone, welcome to What's on the TV Tonight, your cozy corner for all things TV. From the comfort shows that make us feel seen, to the ones that make us laugh, cry, or yell at the screen. We're breaking it all down, but it's not just about what we watch. It's about how those stories connect to real life, the comfort they bring, and the lessons we carry with us. I'm your host, Shani, aka SeniTelly, and every Friday we'll dive into the shows we love and what they teach us along the way. So, what's on the TV tonight? Hello, and welcome to the podcast. Welcome to What's on the TV Tonight, a SeniTelly podcast. How's everyone doing? How's your day going? How's your morning going? How's your week going? I feel like it's been ages. Well, it's been like 2 weeks, but still, that feels so long. I didn't plan on taking a 2 week break because I really want to be like consistent. I wanted to be a consistent queen, but your girl went out of the country, okay? She went out of town and she had a time. Before leaving, I had a plan to like pre-record, but the way my week was so like back to back to back, like I was so busy. And it also was like my birthday weekend. So there was just so many things going on. And I was literally incapable of pre-recording and then like posting it the weeks that I'd be gone. So I was just like, okay, when I get back, I will, record and shoot another episode. But then jet lag, oh my gosh, jet lag is no joke. So literally, your girl has been struggling. I've been waking up at 5 a.m. every day. I don't know if it's because like daylight savings happened or what it is that's affecting me from getting back to my regularly scheduled program. But your girl has been waking up at 5 a.m. every day, and it's so annoying. But I digress. But your girl's been watching TV, okay? But mainly, I've been watching Selling Sunset. And well, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the title already, this episode is about Selling Sunset and why it's pissing me the F off. Like, I don't even know where to begin with Selling Sunset. Like, there's just so much to cover. Like, I have notes because I need to really make sure that I hit every point that needs to be hit. Because I just watched the reunion today and it was literally, it could have just been an email, to be honest with you. It could have been an email. There was no point in that reunion. It was a waste of my time, waste of people's time, waste of my tax dollar for paying for a Netflix subscription. Okay? Like, so pissed, so annoyed by that reunion. Like, what was the point of that reunion? But before I even get into that disgrace of a reunion, let's actually really tap into what the heck Selling Sunset is and why it got me so pressed. Selling Sunset is a reality show on Netflix, and it's mainly about women in this brokerage selling houses in LA. I think it covers about like, there are too many to count how many women they are, but like it's a bunch of women there, and it's just essentially this one black girl, Chelsea, and then there's a biracial lady, Amanza, but even she, I feel like, forgets that she's biracial, to be honest with you, the way she be moving, but that's for another day. But it's mainly about these ladies and these two guys, Jason and Brett, selling houses in California, in LA. This season 9, this show has been going on for 9 seasons now. And I kid you not, this season 9 has been the worst season of Selling Sunset. And that's saying a lot just because of the fact that the past seasons have been horrible as well. But this one just by far takes the cake for me. Like, I can't believe I sat down and watched 10 episodes of this crap, to be honest. I can't believe I sat down and actually tuned into this disgrace of a season. Like, I don't even know where to start because I'm so annoyed with the episode, with the seasons. But this one really takes the cake. And I want to start with Mary. I really want to start with Mary. Mary, she's been there since season one. She's super close with the twins, Jason and Brett. She dated Jason, and I guess she's one of their top sellers in terms of, I guess, being the best one to close or whatever. To the point like they trusted her to be a manager, but honestly, she's not even a manager. To be honest, she like has no manager experience whatsoever. In my opinion, she does not know how to manage nothing. And I just personally feel like Mary is a waste of space on the show. And this season really just solidified that for me. It really solidified that like her time has come to leave the show. And personally, if Netflix doesn't do something about her, I'm not watching. Honestly, I'm already not gonna watch next season just because of the way this season played out. I'm just not even bothering to tune in next season because the way Mary displayed herself this season, like I'm literally appalled. I've never been so upset at someone on a reality show. Literally, like me, I could care less. But this one made me so mad. And I'm gonna tell you why it made me so mad. Okay? There's this lady, Chelsea. Chelsea is the only black girl there. And the issue with Mary and Chelsea started in season 8, where Mary complained to Jason and Brett about Chelsea's outfits and how it was like super short and inappropriate. Mind you, that brokerage has no dress code. They literally dress like they're going to the club every day. So the fact that because Chelsea wore some shorts, Mary felt like it was unprofessional. Mind you, Mary has one worse. So that's where the issue really started. And I just don't get why it would even be an issue when all the other girls dress literally unprofessional. This season, Mary's house gets robbed. Chelsea doesn't like her. Chelsea and her have issues because of that whole dress code situation. But Chelsea, being the nice person that she is, sends flowers to Mary, and Mary takes that as disrespect and as fake because the fact that the flowers so happened to be delivered when she was filming. Mary, who is tracking when you are filming? How is Chelsea supposed to know when you are filming? She ordered flowers and they got delivered. If anything, your grievance should be with UPS for delivering the flowers coincidentally when you were filming. And the thing that gets me is that when the flowers came, she was like, "Oh my gosh, oh, these are so beautiful and so sweet. Oh my gosh, oh, I love flowers." And as soon as she saw Chelsea's name on that card, it was a whole 180. And I was like, what? What? And then this is where it brings me to Bree. Bree is one of Nick Cannon's 12,000 baby mamas. She was there. That one doesn't like Chelsea, which I still don't understand because Chelsea was just being honest with her about the fact that her relationship with Nick is literally insane. And the fact that she's so comfortable to be baby mama 10,000 with the 10,000th child. Like, Chelsea was just calling it out for what it is and what we were saying as the public. Bree was there, egged Mary on, and then threw the flowers in the trash. My thing is, damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. It's like Chelsea cannot win. And it's just so upsetting to literally see that play out on the show and no one having Chelsea's back. The only person I would say even came close to having Chelsea's back would be Chrishell. And I really do appreciate that about Chrishell. She stood 10 toes down behind Chelsea. But to see Mary then weaponize her white women tears to tell Jason that something needs to be done and how she can't be in the same area with Chelsea, all because of a flower. And then Jason, obviously being so madly in love with Mary, was like, yes, something needs to be done. So my thing is, producers, Selling Sunset, Netflix, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, what is this show at this point if you're going to have people like Mary dictate how the show should be ran, people like Mary dictate who should be on the show? What are we doing here? Because there's no reason why Chelsea should be backed up in a corner. There's no reason why Chelsea should be painted as the bad guy. Like, it literally makes no sense. And the thing that's pissing me off the most also is that there was a scene where they're at the dinner and Mary called out Chelsea and said that how the whole flower thing was fake. And then Chelsea tried to explain to, like, girl, I don't need camera time to prove anything. I sent those flowers out of the kindness of my heart and nothing else. And then Mary tried to discredit her. She did not care for Chelsea's explanation whatsoever. And the thing with that scene is that Jason started to like yell for them to cut the cameras because Mary was getting upset and Mary walked off. And my thing is that, who is Mary? She's not the star of the show. If anything, the star of the show is literally Chrishell and Chelsea. They make the show. Every other person, literally background character. Like, background character adds no value. Do not know what Amanza's doing there. I don't know what Alanna's doing there. I don't know what's the other babe's name? The one that just came. So Sandra, I think Sofia Vergara's cousin. What she's doing there. Do not see her point in that show at all. So it's the fact that they try to dictate how the show should be ran. And my thing is, and what I'm reading on Twitter, is that the finale, first of all, was horrible. And I was wondering why it was so choppy, just to find out that the finale that they showed us was not the actual finale that we were meant to see. Apparently, Jason and Mary did fire Chelsea, all because of this flower situation. And Chelsea called them out on that and said, this is racist. You guys are literally racist. The microaggressions from Mary, first of all, is insane. And so she called them out on that. And then Jason threatened to cancel the show and to cancel his other show, Selling the OC, if the producers were to ever air that. So they literally cut filming. And I believe it because of the fact that Jason displayed that during that dinner scene when Mary got upset about the whole flower situation and walked away. So I know he was prone to definitely tell the producers to cut the cameras and stop filming. I know for a fact that he did that. And so the fact that Chelsea has no one to back her up, and the fact that she gets fired for what? Being a kind person? She gets fired because a white woman doesn't feel comfortable with her. She gets fired because a white woman doesn't like her when she's literally done nothing wrong to her. Like, it makes no sense to me how Netflix even let this season slide in the first place. Like, it makes zero sense to me. And I can really go on about this whole Mary Chelsea situation because they should have covered that in the reunion and they didn't. And that's what's pissing me off because it was a waste of time. The first 13 minutes, they were playing some nonsense game about fan questions. And I bet my last dime, fans did not ask those questions. And literally Netflix or the producer just put that out of their booty. Because I don't remember them asking us to ask questions for the cast. And it was all dumb questions that added zero value to the reunion. Zero value. So it's the fact that, and then the host, don't get me started on the host. The host did not address nothing, did not know how to mediate or even control the situation whatsoever. There was a whole spout with Chrishell and Bree. And instead of him to properly dig the right questions out and mediate the situation, once Mary walked off, he was like, oh, let's take a lunch break. Let's take a lunch break and we'll come back to it. They came back, literally acted like the conversation never happened, and they moved on from it. And I'm like, what am I seriously watching? Like, what are we doing here? Like, this reunion should have been an email or a 1-minute clip, to be honest with you, because it felt like a waste of time. A waste of time, in my humble opinion. I don't know. I just feel like I'm ranting because of how pissed I am. And it's just like, I can really keep going on and on about Mary. Because the thing that gets me with Mary is that people are calling her out on her behavior on social media, you know, as people should, to be honest with you, because there's no way we can let that type of behavior slide. Even though, like, me personally, I just don't care to even go to people's comments to be like commenting whatever. But this is me stating my opinion now. People are in her Instagram, on her TikTok, commenting, telling her that her behavior was very microaggressive and also racist towards Chelsea. And then this lady had the audacity to turn off her comments and then post a TikTok video on some funny-ish and saying that, oh, I was nice to you, and now I'm not nice to you. It was like a weird video. And I'm just like, if you're going to post something like that, then leave those comments on. Let people say what they want to say because you want to act tough. You want to act tough, Mary. So leave those comments on. Like, what if, like, you are 45 years old. You're a grown woman. If you can dish it, then you should be able to take it. You should be able to take it. Because the way she was popping her chest to Chelsea, the way she was popping her chest to Chelsea at the reunion and at the dinners, Mary, if you got all this vim, but you can be able to take when people want to call you out on your behavior. You should be able to take it. Like, why are we turning off our comments, Mary? Why? The people want to know, Mary. The people want to know. But I digress. I have to leave Mary alone because if I keep talking about this babe, like my blood will literally boil. Literally. Now let me get to Bree. Bree, that, first of all, to my surprise, that lady is not Asian. I thought she was Asian this whole time. I thought Nick Cannon's 12th baby mama was Asian. That is a full-blown white woman. And she's had so many surgeries. I like, nothing against surgeries, but sometimes you gotta know when to pump the brakes on it. She literally changed ethnicities. Like, what are we talking about? They brought her sister on the show, full-on white, beautiful lady. And I'm like, wait, how are they sisters? I was really trying to find the correlation and how they're related. Just for me to go on Twitter just to see that people were like, how, like, you know, Brie has been blackfishing this whole time. And I'm like, blackfishing? I'm thinking she's been Asian this whole time, first of all. So I go on Google and search up her original face, and I kid you not, that was a white woman from the mountain of Caucasus. Like, no, like, seriously, I was shocked. I'm like, there's no way this lady changed her whole ethnicity, changed her whole race like that. She has no storyline, and she banks on people's storyline. She has to literally attach herself to other people and their issues. She's literally a lice. She has to attach herself to something. Unless she won't be able to survive, because I kid you not, without this whole Chelsea situation and Mary situation, she has no stone to stand on. She literally has nothing to stand on. She has nothing to give us. She doesn't sell house. She doesn't give us anything other than to what? Serve looks, allegedly. And honestly, those looks are literally lackluster. So I don't know what she's giving the people, because she ain't giving me nothing. Like, I cannot stand that chick for, like, oh, I can't stand her. I literally cannot stand that babe. And then I want to talk about Chrishell. Chrishell's a very interesting person to me. I would say I have a love-hate relationship with Chrishell. I think my thing with Chrishell is I have no opinion, or no, I have no feelings towards her. That would be my theme. With Brie and Mary, I have a clear disdain for them. Like, I dislike them. But with Chrishell, I have no feelings towards her. I have no feelings towards her. My thing with Chrishell is, without a doubt, she is the show. She is the main character, without a doubt. But my thing also is that I feel like sometimes she can feel a little entitled. And I don't know if it's on purpose or it's just kind of like a safeguard for her because of how, like, she's been treated in the past seasons, especially her first season, when she literally had no choice but to be on defense mode, and like also like defense and offense. Literally, she had no choice to be her protector because of the fact that Christine in season 1 wasn't the nicest person to her. But now, you know, 8 seasons later, I don't know this Chrishell. I just personally feel like she's a little entitled. And the whole situation with Nicole, it's like, you've been calling this lady a crackhead for only God knows how long. And when the lady finally, you know, gives you back what you've been giving her, it's like crickets. And my thing with Nicole also is like what she said about Chrishell and her parents was borderline just uncalled for. But it's like Chrishell asked for it. Because the situation was Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, or whatever they were calling it, you know? And they were like all saying what they were thankful for. And then I guess Nicole said she was thankful for her eyesight or whatever the freak she was talking about. And then, like, I guess the way Chrishell reacted with what Nicole was saying, and then that whole thing just like sparked into something. And I was like, what am I watching? And then next thing you know, Nicole is saying, oh, you must be mistaking me for your dead parents. And I'm like, ooh, And that was because of Chrishell was like how she's on drugs and she's a crackhead. And then Nicole replies with, "You must be mistaking me with your parents." That's what she said. And then Amanza freaks out like, "You know her parents are dead." Amanza, first of all, shut up and sit down. The class knows her parent is dead. We know this. And Nicole, you are dead wrong for that. But I get it at the same time. This is where I'm very conflicted about the situation. It's like I get why Nicole would say something like that because it gets to a point, you know? It gets to a point when someone keeps poking you and poking you and poking you. At one point you're gonna bite back. You're gonna poke back, you know? But it's like pick and choose what you say to poke, you know? Talking about somebody's parents that are gone, it's not cool, you know? It's not cool at all. And sometimes I think Nicole might be out of there, like, mentally, but that's for another day. And so the fact that she said that about Chrishell was kind of really low, but it's like, I get it, you know? Because, like, Chrishell would not stop. And this is where I'm, like, really, like, iffy with Chrishell because, like, yes, I get you're trying to protect yourself from, like, ever being bullied or whatever, but at one point, the bullied becomes the bullied. And it's like, girl, you need to know when to stop. And that's just my thing with Chrishell. I just feel like she feels entitled, like she can do no wrong. Like she feels like she can do no wrong. And I'm like, girl, yes, you can. You've been wrong plenty of times, you know? But then Chrishell and Bree, I don't even know where that whole beef started from. And this is where it takes me back to Bree being a follower and literally has nothing to stand on. Because the only reason why Bree even has beef with Chrishell is because of the fact that Chrishell is super close to Chelsea. And now Mary and Chelsea have this issue. Bree has finally had a reason to hate Chrishell for being so close with Chelsea. That's literally what it is. And so the fact that that whole argument during the reunion and Bree acting like she's tough, like, girl, you're all bark, no bite. Get out of here, literally. And I like the fact that Chrishell was able to stand her ground. I just hate the fact that the host didn't dig more into that whole spat because there was something that we could have really, like, figured out there. Like, why does Bree hate Chrishell so much? But they didn't even dig into that. And this is why I feel like the reunion was very choppy because they probably were trying to, like, make sure they don't cover that whole Mary and Chelsea situation. That's my thing. I really feel like Jason and Brett, especially Jason, was really trying to, like, dictate what is discussed on the at that reunion. And it's like, why? You're literally, yeah, I guess he's an executive producer, but you're not the boss. I think that there's still a higher up producer that has the say in these things. So the fact that he was able to control the narrative just pisses me off. But yeah, Chrishell, and then we have Chrishell and Emma. And this is where I'm also very like, I get Chrishell, I get her, but then it's like I don't get her at the same time. But in the case with Emma, I get her. Emma has this boyfriend that is problematic AF and has literally hurt Emma so many times. First of all, I don't even care for Emma. When she came in, she was supposed to be replacing Christine temporarily. Then all of a sudden she became permanent. I'm just like, oh, I don't really care for another like blonde girl with the same type of storyline. Cause like the show is filled with so many blondes and like it's exhausting. Oh my gosh. Like at the time when Emma came, I was like, whoa, how many blondes are there? But I just don't care for Emma like that. She's the only reason why I'm even like tolerating her. I was tolerating her this season was because of the fact of she's, you know, one of Chelsea's friends and she always has Chelsea's back. So I was kind of like tolerating her and appreciating her for that with us as well as, you know, Chrishell. But my thing with Emma is that her boyfriend is problematic and her and Chrishell are like 5 and 6. They're literally best friends. And Chrishell's always been there for Emma every time the guy would hurt her. But I guess it gets to a point because it's really like if you're constantly like picking your friend up after her partner has constantly put her down, it gets to a point where you get tired. And so I guess Chrishell finds out things that the boyfriend said that are very highly problematic. And she's constantly told Emma that this guy is not a good guy, but Emma does not want to listen. So of course, Chrishell steps back. She doesn't want to be part of that. And well, I guess Chrishell takes it to the internet and airs out the issue with Emma's boyfriend and how I guess she commented and said that he's MAGA. Emma didn't care for that, and Emma started crying. The fact that Chrishell aired her business and it was like all over blogs and stuff. My thing is, Emma, why would you surround yourself with someone that doesn't even have the same values as you and literally goes against everything your best friend who is queer and your other best friend as a Black woman? Why would you want to be with someone like that? And I think that was Chrishell's thing. Is like, why would you want to be with someone that literally does not like me? You know? But Emma was just not getting it. And it really hurt because it's like, damn, they were so close. And to see them be so far apart because of this man, it was sad to see. Even though I don't care for Emma, it was still sad to see her relationship with Chrishell be fractured. Not even like it's literally broken. So I don't know how they're gonna mend it, but I really hope they do mend it and fix it because like no man should ever come between you and your friend. Like no, it's like it should be in the like it's the book of law. Like do not let man affect your friendship. Simple. But hope they fix it. And I hated the fact that Mary and Bree started to put in their 2 cents in their relationship. I'm like, mind your business. This is a A-B conversation. See your way out of it. Like no one invited you into this conversation to like interject. The only person that had a say in like interjecting would be Chelsea, just because of the fact that she's the third in that friendship. Because they were literally a trio. So she knows both sides and she's seen every angle. So she has a say. So if she wants to give her opinion about her friends, she can. But Bree and Mary literally have no leg to stand on to even be talking about Chrishell and Emma's relationship. Like, no, literally every little thing about those two ladies pisses me off. Pisses me off so bad. Amanza and Alanna, I truly do not know why you are on the show. You give nothing. You give me nothing. You don't sell houses. I even thought I could have more things to say about them, but truly, they give me nothing. Alanna seems like a nice chick, but the fact that she's very like in the mix with Mary Bree, and she's there when they're talking crap about Chelsea and Chrishell, I can't ride with that. I hate a silent person that will stay in rooms and be comfortable watching people talk crap about other people. Like I hate that type of person, and that's who she is. And unfortunately, girl, you gotta go. You are boring. You give nothing. You have no storyline. You're not selling a house. Why are you on a show about selling houses when you're not even doing that? At least that's the bare minimum you could have done. You could at least helped sell some houses. The same with Amanza. Amanza's role, she's supposed to be like decorating the house for for showings. She's not even showing nothing. She's not decorating nothing. Like, Amanza, what are we doing? Like, you're giving, and the fact that Amanza told a bold-faced lie about Nicole on the show and then later admit at the reunion that it was lies. Like, Amanza, what purpose are you trying to serve here? Were you grasping at straws, making lies about Nicole, and then turning back to say, oh, wait, I actually didn't see her take drugs? Like, I don't get Amanza whatsoever and what she's doing. I think she probably made up that lie about Nicole just to have a smidge of a storyline. And even then, it went nowhere. But honestly, I feel like if I continue with this show, we're going to be here all night. And it's like, I need to leave Selling Sunset behind me. And the tragic part about it, I know I'm about to go watch Selling the OC. Like, and that one pisses me off even more. And it is that they're messy. And it's like, I love mess. I gravitate towards it. And I hate that. Because I'm saying I won't watch Selling Sunset ever again. But I promise you, if Chelsea is on season 10, I will be sad. Unfortunately, I will be sad. But Selling the OC is another thing. And I'm watching Selling the OC just because of Brandy's there. I want to support Brandy and just see how she is. And the fact that in the reunion, they brought the cast of Selling the OC and they spent like a good 5 minutes or 10 minutes on them, and their new season felt like a waste as well. Cause like, why are you showing me Selling the OC on Selling the Sunset or Selling Sunset? Like, you're wasting valuable time where we could be talking about good stuff. The reunion did not need to even happen. Like, it reunited nothing. Literally. Just waste. And then we have Sandra, the new girl. And I feel like she's just there to literally stir the pot, because half of the things that she would even discuss made no sense. All of a sudden, she said Chrishell has an issue with her. I'm like, girl, where did that come from? That was literally out of your booty. Like, where did that come from? That was so random. And I'm like, girl, why are you here? I guess she got, and mind you, she doesn't even have a real estate license. Like, so you can't even sell a house. You're just there for vibes. You can't sell a house. You're just there for vibes. Like, what are we doing? I think she only got on the show because of the fact that her cousin is Sofia Vergara. And it's like, okay, whoop-de-doo. But she just loves to stare at the pot, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Look at Chelsea taking her to a showing to show her how it's done to be a realtor. And then she want to bring up drama about Brie and her stupid Valentine's party. Girl, we are at work. We need to be focused on work. What do you mean Brie and her dumb party that I could care less about? Like, Chelsea checked that real quick, and the fact that ever since then, she don't like Chelsea. I'm like, girl, you need to, if when you're at work, you need to be doing work things, not talking about irrelevant situations. And it's the fact that Brie's little Valentine's party, Brie sent Chelsea an invite, and Chelsea kindly declined and said she has plans. And it's the fact that she feels some kind of way about that. And it's like, girl, first of all, you're only sending Chelsea an invite just literally just to toy in her face, to be honest with you, just to play in her face, because you know damn well that she will not be coming to your event. And then it's the fact that I guess her decorator still placed Chelsea's name on the table, and then Mary had a whole visceral reaction about it and literally started crying and freaking out. That literally blew my mind. And then Brie had the audacity to throw Chelsea's name across the balcony, which I felt very unsettling, to be honest. The African in me felt very unsettled by that because it felt weird. But that's not like there go Mary weaponizing her white women tears, because it's the fact that just seeing Chelsea's name literally made her flare up, literally made her freak out and start having a whole panic attack. Because of what? When Chelsea's never displayed any type of violence or aggression towards you. Like, that's on like the microaggressions, the literal racism is what it is. And I personally feel like Netflix needs to do something about this. The producers of Selling Sunset needs to do something about this, because Mary cannot be on the show with this type of behavior. She cannot keep at this. No. There's something needs to be done about that babe. She gotta go. She needs to be fired from the show. If anyone needs to be fired from the show, it's Mary. She has ran her course on this show. Like, for me with Mary, the storyline has ran stale, and she gotta go. She's literally digging out of her ass, excuse my language, to find something to talk about. Literally, every little thing about Mary vexes me. So sorry if I'm a little too passionate about this, okay? No vex. But honestly, let me just, that's how I feel about Selling Sunset this season, okay? That is how I feel about Selling Sunset. And unfortunately, I would not recommend this to be watched. I would say just to take it, as I've said, and move on with your day. Don't even be curious about click and play on the show. I think it's a waste of time. And, well, if you do not want to see people being bullies and just picking one target to attack, do not even bother with this show, I would say. Do not bother with Selling Sunset, in my humble opinion. Well, that's it for Telly Talk, okay? Now, let's transition into something more lighthearted. Remote control. What has Shani been watching, okay? Shani's been watching Nobody Wants This. I've also been watching Love is Blind, which is another one I really want to get into with Love is Blind, because this past season, huge question mark, okay? Huge question mark. And personally, I feel like Netflix might need to go back to the drawing board with Love is Blind, but that's for another day. And then Nobody Wants This. So far, I don't know, it's kind of been a struggle watching it. I'm on episode 3. And when season 1 came out, I watched it like bam, 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 because I was so hooked on it. Like, I loved it so much. It was just so sweet and just cutesy. But for some reason with season 2, it's feeling a little bit like a drag, but I'm like, "Okay, maybe it's because I haven't really, like, been locked in and focused on the episodes." But I don't know, from so far, it just felt very draggy. But I'm gonna keep watching because they got renewed for season 3, so I definitely gotta finish it. But I've just been watching those shows and obviously Selling Sunset. But yeah, that's really what has been on the TV for me, and then, like, simultaneously watching This With the Stars. I think this is what, week 7 now, I think, and it's still kind of mind-boggling that Andy is still there, but hey, I guess, because back in the day, if you're not a great dancer, you're gone week 1, so it's the fact that he's still there week 7, ah, to each their own, I guess. To each their own. But my takeaway from this episode, okay? My takeaway would be you have to pick a show that will give you peace, okay? Pick a show that will give you peace, because I promise you, I low-key regret click and play on Selling Sunset just because of how much it pisses me off. But then it's like, it's a guilty pleasure. But my takeaway really is Netflix, I beg of you to fire Mary. Literally, fire that woman. She's tanking you. She will take you guys down because people are literally like outraged. People are upset and are threatening to not watch Netflix anymore after this, literally, and threatening to never watch Sunset if they fire Josie. So, Netflix, do with that what you may. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you guys for coming back and click and play on what's on the TV. I really appreciate it. And make sure you check out what's on the TV pod on TikTok and SeniTelly on TikTok, because that's really where I'm unhinged. But and also check out SeniTelly on Instagram and Twitter. I'm very unhinged on there as well. And catch you guys next week. Okay? So have a great day and have a good night whenever you're listening to this. Bye.